Okay, let's start first with your warm-up. You're going to do composition with shapes. It could be any kind of shape. It could even be like an amoeba shape. All right, and you're going to take that shape and you're going to repeat it. Now you could use circles, squares, triangles, but you're just going to kind of repeat that shape just to make some kind of interesting little composition. You guys are getting the hang of these now, and you're really starting to work quickly and be creative and see that pretty much anything goes if you can keep it along the same theme. So I got to give a shout out to Walker, Bella, Cameron, and Leanne. Great job with the trees. So here's a little idea of what my compositions look like with the shapes. Here are diamonds, the little amoebas, ovals, squares and rectangles, triangles and circles. All right, so have fun with that. Take your time, but not too much time, and we'll get started with the lesson in a second. We're going to stop it now for you to have time. Okay, we're going to talk about an artist today named Juan Miro. He is a Spanish artist, which is why we kind of study him in 8th grade. And we like his work because it's kind of fun and easy to get into. And it's a good thing we did composition in the warm-up because he uses a lot of really good composition in his artwork. You can see here's some of his artwork. Very childlike, but the compositions fill the paper space and are interesting. Your eye tends to move around this space, and we can have some real fun with this. So let me show you how we're going to put this together. It looks complicated, but it's really kind of fun. All right, so everybody's going to get a sheet of paper. I've already done 2 compositions on a vertical format, so this time I think I'm going to try a horizontal. You can use your paper any way you want to. And then you're going to get a little handout, and you're going to get some dice. Down here are the instructions on what to do for each roll. First roll, second roll, third roll, fourth roll, fifth roll, sixth roll. So it says roll the dice and pick a large shape to add to your paper. Draw it big. So I'm going to roll the dice. I got a 6. So on the first roll, I go all the way down to where it says 6. And that looks kind of like a little organic amoeba-like shape. So I'm going to take my pencil and it says draw it big. So I'm going to draw that same shape on my piece of paper, nice and big. Then I'm going to go and do the second roll. Second roll, draw, no, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, a little mustache looking shape. Okay, so now I've got to add that to my paper somewhere. And you're going to, again, think about composition. All right, I can keep adding everything to the middle of this circle, but then that leaves a blank over here, and we want it to kind of overlap and use the paper space. So maybe I will put my little mustache shape kind of in here. Let's see. And of course, we're doing this with pencil first because we're trying to think about composition. Like I might skinny that up the way it's drawn on the handout. There we go. All right. Third roll. 2. 1, 2, 3. Third roll. Okay, I got to add this funny little shape in here somewhere. All right. So now I'm thinking again about composition, overlapping. Where am I going to add those shapes in there? This one kind of almost looks like a triangle, but it's rounded off. I think I'm going to turn it a little bit sideways too, just for the fun of it. And then it's got a little intersecting moon shape. I guess it almost looks like a person with arms. So I'll add that in there. All right, next roll. Fourth roll is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. Oh, a spring. I got to add a spring in there. So again, I'm going to look at my composition. I could keep the spring overlapping right here, but then I'm really pretty blank on some of these areas. So maybe I'll put my spring going this way. Okay? You get the idea. 5 again on my next roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a circle with 3 little weird lines sticking out of it. I don't seem to have anything down here, so I'm going to put that over there. 1. Okay. 2, 3. There we go. And 6th roll. 2. 2 is this bullseye looking 3 thing with some lines coming out of it. And of course, this looks pretty blank up here, doesn't it? So I'm going to put those circles in there. And we're going to color some of these in. So don't worry about, see how these are all colored in? Don't worry about that right now. Just think about your composition. Now on the picture, they go straight down, but that may not be the way I want to. These go off this way. I could have these maybe go off this way. Okay. All right. Okay, then if you look down, the next thing it says to do is add 3 horizontal lines and 3 vertical lines, intersecting the shapes. So I'm going to add 3 horizontal and 3 vertical. I think I want to put some vertical over here. 1, 2, 3. Just for the fun of it, I'm going to vary the ends of them just for the heck of it. And then 3 horizontal, 2. I'm going to make these maybe a little bit shorter. And I'm just going to put them right here. Okay? Then it says add 1. Oh, do the other rolls. Okay, we already did that. And then it says add 4 to 6 more shapes that you wish you had landed on. So I'm going to look around here and add 4 or 6 more shapes that I wish I'd landed on. Now I got a big space right here. So I'm thinking I can put something. Now I love this little face. I think he's absolutely very curious. So I'm going to put that little face in there. It's got a funny little nose and this crazy curly hair coming out. There's 1. So you get the idea. I'm just going to look around. Look, there's a little cat face. Stars are great. So you're just going to start adding some of those shapes in there. Okay? And make your composition. You can see how it starts to fill the space. Let me show you one of my vertical ones so you get an idea on that format. So here's one I did on a vertical format. All right? So let's just do this today in pencil and get your composition kind of figured out. And have fun with it. All right? Okay, when you get finished with your Miro composition in pencil, just lay that aside. We'll work on that again next week. Then it's time to go back and add anything to your leaves that you need to. Let me read you the rubric so you know how this will be graded. First is, did the student draw leaves from the photographs that fill the paper space and are overlapping? Variety of leaves. 2, did the student outline neatly and carefully with the Sharpie and erase all the pencil lines? 3, are the leaves painted using a wet and wet watercolor technique? 4, did the student use hatching or cross-hatching in the negative space to indicate contrast between the objects and the background? And then 5, overall good craftsmanship, overall appearance, and excellent use of class time. All right, that means it's complete, it's finished, and it's done with the quality of an 8th grader. All right, I'll be taking these up pretty soon, and I'll get those graded, and we're going to move on to our Miro compositions. Have fun, work hard. We'll see you next week. Hi, one last thing, okay? I can see now that I've gone back and looked at my video that I cannot count from 1, all right, across. So I missed this row completely, didn't I? You saw it. So I'm going to go back and use some of those shapes as my extra shapes on my composition. I don't know what I'm thinking. I need to have some coffee. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.